Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Boxing Ego, I'm with my man Joey Spencer.
What's up, everybody?
You got some work in today?
Yeah, got some good sparring in 5 rounds.
You did 5 rounds?
Did 5 rounds.
How many minutes?
3.
How you feeling?
Good. Feeling real well. It went well. Got some good work in. So doing good. Getting better every day.
Now you're just trying to stay sharp?
Yeah, absolutely.
Stay in shape?
I'm just staying in shape and being ready for anything. Like any rounds I can get. I'm sparring 2-3 times a week. So just staying ready. And you know, my future as far as fighting, it's always hit and miss because we're hitting all the fights right now. My dad's coaching a lot of, helping coach a lot of the top fighters in this gym. So we're moving around, going to all this. We just got back from New York City. So we're just staying ready to get any sparring in any state. Getting ready to turn pro is the main thing, getting better and better every day. So yeah, I think that that's one of the improved things that they've worked on. And the thing about the Porters is they're always, like, they're students of the game, and they're always looking for different things that they can work on, different, and they take other people, you can tell they study a lot. They take other people's things, they figure out how they can be better. And I think that that's the thing that's going to be a lot different in the Keith Thurman fight, is it seemed like in the first fight he was just going in there to try and outwork him, but he didn't really have any real effect on Keith on the ropes. Like, he was throwing a lot of punches, overwhelming him. I think in this fight, he really works on doing the same thing and knifing shots on the inside against Keith. Keith doesn't, so for some reason, Keith doesn't seem to take body shots that well. And if he gets on the inside and really knifes body shots like he was against Berto, I think that could be a big difference in that fight, because it's hard to stand up to body shots and knifing like that in different spots in the chest.
And especially when they're letting them rip 2-3 at a time.
And, I mean, especially when you're ripping them body to head. Porter was doing, you know, a lot where most people would be focusing on the head. I mean, there was cuts and stuff, so most people would be like, oh, I see blood, you know, hit the head. Where he was, most people are focusing on the head at that time. He's focusing on the body, and that's a trademark of someone who's really thinking in the ring. It's people who are working the body instead of, you know, the head. So I think that'll be big for him when he fights Keith again, if that happens. Who
would you lean towards? Would you lean towards Shawn Porter in the Keith Thurman rematch, or is Keith Thurman gonna basically two-peat?
I thought Porter won the first fight, to be honest.
So you had Porter winning the first Thurman fight?
I thought, like, as far as when it comes to body language and different things, just things that you look at, it was a very close competitive fight, but Thurman the whole time looked like he wanted to get out of the ring. Like, to me, I mean, he just looked like he was in the corner, slouched over, like, man, Porter's up. He's like, all right, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go again. He goes 100 miles per hour every round. And I thought that at the end of the fight, I was like, okay, you got that. You got that. The fact that he didn't, I didn't think it was like a robbery or anything. You know, I'm not one of those who was like, oh, like.
There's a robbery.
Yeah, exactly. He got robbed. But it was just, I was disappointed by that, but it was still a good enough fight that Thurman.
Was that you at the Barclays booing the decision?
No, that wasn't.
Oh, you weren't in New York for that one?
I wasn't in New York for that one. I was at home for that one.
Okay, so you would pick
So for
Porter?
This fight, if he improves any, I think that he's gonna win that fight, I would say.
Even more clean cut? Even
more clean cut, I think, yeah.
What about, let's say Keith Thurman has a rematch with Danny Garcia, who they elevated him to #1, I believe, within the WBC. So Thurman, Garcia 2.
I think that fight, I don't know if anything really changes. I think that Garcia's got a set style. He's not one to make many adjustments. He's just in there to do exactly what he's grown up doing, sit on the back foot and wait for him to come in. He's a reaction fighter, so he tries to, if someone overcommits, then he tries to, that's why pressure fighters are good for him, as far as like Matisse and things like that, because he'll catch shots, come back. Khan, even when he made his mistake, he pressed in with a shot and got countered. Thurman is was ready for that, fought smart, you know, stayed on the outside, flickered jabs, jabbed the body. Through light, you know, not light, he would put him on him, but he stayed over the back foot, which didn't let Garcia. In the first round, I was like, he is not being smart, because The first round he came out to like really, I think he said that he was trying to test Garcia, see where he was at mentally. So he like predicted it. He said he was gonna rush out, go out and really put stuff on him. And he was just loading up. And Garcia would just catch, you know, come back, counter. And then that lasted like 30 seconds. Keith went back to the center of the ring, started jabbing down, hitting him with big right hands, but staying on the back foot. But what I noticed in that fight, which really disappointed me, because Garcia, I love Garcia. I was picking him in that fight. I really wanted him to win. I thought that, based on Keith's background, I thought that he was going to rush in and get caught with something. But he didn't. He fought smart. But what I was confused about and what disappointed me is that Garcia went 12 rounds and didn't seem to make one adjustment. I was like, you know, man, like I'm screaming at the TV, like, man, you gotta do something different at some point. This isn't bashing. Garcia was in a heck of a fight, you know, and it was still a great fight, and it was competitive. But if you're getting beat, you've got 12 rounds to change. You know what I mean, that's a long time. That's an hour. Do something different. Didn't seem like he ever really did. He just decided that, you know, he was gonna keep doing it, and hopefully it came up. But that's not how it works. You don't keep doing the same thing. I mean, there's, to a certain degree, you stick to your game plan, but at some point it's not working. You got to change it. And that's what Floyd was a master of.
Do you think it was possibly because Thurman elected to come out really aggressive first round, and he does have power, so he hit him clean and maybe got his attention, so he was gun shy for a few rounds? Or do you think it was just Keith's athleticism and speed overall, just he didn't know how to adjust to it?
I've heard people say that, and that was one of my theories. Like, maybe he really just didn't want to go in there and maybe he was worried about getting knocked out if he went forward more and put more on him. But that's the thing about my mindset on it. If I'm losing a championship fight, you can take, not discrediting Garcia, because I don't know if that's what it is. I doubt it. He's from that Puerto Rican background. I don't think that he lacks heart. But as a fighter, most fighters that are at that top level, you can take me out on a stretcher. I'll go in there. If I'm losing a fight, before I lose, you can knock me out cold and you can take me out. Not that that's what I hope to happen, but say if I'm losing a fight one way, but he's got power, and there's going to be an opportunity for me to get knocked out. If I do something different, I'm going to do that if I think that there's an opportunity for me to no doubt about it. Porter could have opted to stay on the outside, because Berto has a reputation of knocking guys out when they come inside, when they bull rush. But he still bull rushed. He still did what he had to do, because he didn't not because there was a chance that he could get knocked out. You still got to do what you got to do. There's always a chance in boxing. But if you're going to give yourself a chance to win, why do the same thing for 12 rounds straight? If I'm going to lose anyway, take me out on the stretcher. That's how I see it.
So you're a big fan of making adjustments if need be? I'm
a big fan of making adjustments, because that's how Andre Ward does it, that's how Floyd did it, and that's why they get the job done, because you have time. You got time to make an adjustment. And sometimes I like fights where you see both fighters making adjustment. One fighter starts it off one way, this guy's losing, ends up coming back and making an adjustment. Then this guy makes an adjustment, and then, you know, they're making adjustments back and forth, because there is enough time to do that for both fighters. So I like seeing that in the fight. It shows people's boxing IQ, see what they got in their trick bag. You know, they can pull out different things. One thing's not working, they try something else, it ends up working. That's a beautiful thing to see.